What's up, Boxstar?
Just want to let you know that I still have that other thing to talk to you about, and also, do you like Bentleys?
I mean, they're all right. They've been ruined, but they're not as prestigious and a boss as they used to be, thanks to the gangbangers.
What about the Flying Spur?
What is that?
It's a Bentley.
Yeah, fuck
If
yeah.
you don't
I'll
know
take
what it
that.
is, look. Yeah. All right. I'll see what I can do, and technically, we might get away with keeping this one past your mayoral term.
I mean, we're gonna get away with keeping all of it, Bucky. I got plans, all right, and I need you to fucking stick it out with me. Let's talk about that thing as soon as I'm done this meeting here, and then we can talk. All right?
All right.
You around?
Yeah, I'll be around.
Give you a call. I want to say this meeting probably shouldn't take more than 15, 20 minutes.
All right.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.
Hello. We're doing good. Doing good.
God, I'm scared to see what Bucky wants to talk about, chat.
Feel free to take a seat, gentlemen.
Yeah, take a seat, guys. Take a seat.
I'm going to just give you guys the slide here, the slideshow.
Yeah, we made an awesome presentation.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
I love presentations.
We love presentations.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
We'll be going down the slides that we have prepared, and if you have any questions and comments, we'll appreciate them at the end or during.
All right. I'm good to go whenever you're ready.
Okay, Riv, you want to start us off?
Yeah, sure. Are you two prepared as well? You two ready?
Yep.
Yep.
I'm ready.
Okay. So this is our DLC budget presentation. Let's go over to the next slide. So the prison is a very dangerous environment. We've had minimal funding for many, many years. Our guards have been ill-equipped and understaffed for a very long time as well. Recently, we had a issue where helicopters keep getting flown over into the prison. Vici, how about you tell them about that one time that helicopter came in?
Oh, yeah. One time I was on my standard patrol out in the yard and speaking to an inmate, a helicopter pretty quickly landed in the yard and two individuals hopped out of it. They robbed me and then they flew away. And that wasn't cool. And we'd like to stop that.
It was not.
That sounds horribly unfortunate for you, Vici.
It was very traumatic.
So we lost our big guns. So has most city. Our standard Glocks won't be able to stop a helicopter from just flying in, just taking people and just fucking off. So we want to. We have some plans. Let's move on to the next. So what will this money be used for? Well, one thing we want to do is get ourselves a DLC helicopter for functional helipad. That way we can contact people via ATC and tell people if they want to fuck around, they can find out. We also would like funding and assistance with a K9 unit, something to help our guards do patrols, drug sniffing. We have a large ketamine issue at the prison that we would like the dogs to help us out with. Speaking of ketamine, it's frequently used during prison riots. We would like to get ourselves our very own DOC Rhino to deal with situations such as that when they like to hold themselves in one of these cell blocks and just wait for people. And that leads to one of our honor points, a anti-air gun. We'll talk more about that a little bit later. Let's move over to the next part of our presentation. Let's talk about history. So in November, we unfortunately lost Charles Lafayette, our warden in the pass. And with him, unfortunately, dying in the line of duty, we lost a lot of morale. We lost a lot of prison guards as well. This entire establishment kind of went ass up. In December, we got a new administration. We were able to request funding. We were able to get things approved. We were able to slow roll ourselves back to the good old times. Our budget was increased, which gave us more incentives for our officers. This also improves the quality of life for inmates as well. We've been able to slowly get out a commissary menu, which had been abandoned months ago. So now the lifers will be able to get a little taste of the outside in prison. Let's move on to the next slide. This one is just this is the aerial view of Bolingbroke, which is what a lot of people see when they fly over the place, which will lead us to the next part of our presentation. I want you to take it away, Vici.
Okay,
Slide.
so like we said earlier, we would like to get a helicopter. As Mayor Mickey said, maybe I will fuck around and find out, as he flew over the prison and was shot down. So the DOC will be busy catching W's with the cheap DLC of I think a helicopter is about $1 million. It'll be useful because we'll be able to get thermals to locate individuals who have broken in or inmates who are attempting to break out when Air 1 is available, which is most of the time we need them. It would help us during transports to keep the area safe
Here we go,
while
sir.
transporting ourselves and the inmates. As well as Riv said, access to the ATC so that we can, let them know if they fly over the prison, they will be shot down. Since we standard issue only carry Glocks, can't really do much when a helicopter comes in. Like it says, without Class 2s, we basically invite rogue aircraft in for an all-you-can-eat buffet when you're not hungry. Now to the next slide. Which brings us to the canines.
This can't be a real photo.
Having a canine would help us perform our more dangerous tasks and difficult things around the prison, like locating people or finding the drugs. Like I said, it would help with the bunk flips and searching them. Dogs do kind of rule. I just want to point that out. And it would just help to intimidate the inmates, and they think twice before coming at us the wrong way. Side little note, Mr. Mayor, if like it says there, if you're a cat guy, we'd be willing to entertain the idea of a guard cat. But next slide, but a dog. I mean, look, it would be way cooler. All right, so that's the dogs, which brings us to probably the most important piece in this: the ZPU-4 World War II Soviet anti-aircraft cannon.
What?
We would like an anti-aircraft gun to shoot down these helicopters. They land in the prison, bringing weapons and drugs and other things for the inmates, or coming in to rob stuff from us. The little men's fly a jet over there pretty much once a week.
Hell
We
yeah.
can't really do anything about it. If they want to fly it into us, there's nothing we can do. We can ask the PD for help, but they usually don't. Plus, when you shoot off these anti-aircraft guns, it looks really cool. And
Do they actually exist? These actually exist in GTA or no?
The next slide is a demonstration of it. How cool would that be? Helicopters getting shot at like that.
Does the guild actually have one?
Leading us into big car, big wheels. No, it's a Rhino, like the one we talked earlier. Like it's noted, it is named after an animal. And that's a cool little fact. It'll probably
How do they get
ram
that?
us through like vehicle blockades and stuff if people try to break in or breaking out, and things get crazy. It'll be able to fit all of us as well. And that's pretty important. And it would be
Well, it's
way cooler to
cosmetic,
have one
gotcha.
than not to have one. It would help us during our riots. It would help us, during transports, all that.
I want to touch on transports a little extra. So think of it this way. Let me just paint you a picture. You're on the highway and you see a battalion of CVPIs, and in the very, very dead center is a motherfucking Rhino with a 9s hold
Mhm.
criminal in there with lights blaring all over the place, sirens blaring as well, just all over the place, just going straight down the highway at high rates of speed. That's just a beautiful picture to paint with the Rhino just right there.
And it's way better than the bus we use because it's a bus and it flips over a lot. It's not safe.
It's not very mobile.
Bus is boring, but how about a Rhino? That looks way more interesting.
I love these guys.
All right, Vici, how about you finish off?
Well, that concludes our presentation. There's one last slide, and then, how neat was that? I like to think that was pretty neat. Thank you for your time.
Guys, that was a fantastic presentation. 10 out of 10.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. That means a lot. I worked very hard.
You guys, I think we're the first people to actually come in and explain what you the budget
Yeah,
for.
I love that.
Detail
I
it.
love
I
that.
love it. How much you guys need?
We
Well,
want a helicopter, a dog unit, and a Rhino. And if you guys want to throw in
Can I,
a anti-aircraft.
Can I
what's up?
actually say something?
Oh,
yeah, go ahead.
Okay. You guys know you guys have police forces that utilize all these, and you guys are not a police force, you guys are DOC. So your guys' job is to make sure that people don't break out of prison as well as break into prison. So why do you need an aircraft carrier that's going to shoot down people that are flying over when there's a chance that it might be a police unit and you guys won't even know it? As well as, Rhino, how is somebody... Rhino is kind of, I'm going to be honest, nobody can break into a Rhino. If a Rhino escapes, even the cops have issues trying to spike it, trying to get out of it. We'll just say, how are people supposed to break their friends out as well? I think the dog is a great idea. Like the dog, sniffing bunks. I think that's a great idea. Yeah, a cat sniffing bunks. Yeah, I
Guys,
think
we're giving
those
him
are
everything
great.
they want.
But I don't think that TOC actually needs a helicopter, and I don't think you guys need, a Rhino to utilize that. Like, it's stuff that you guys want. It's not a necessary need, and you guys do have police force that are sometimes just standing around MRPD, not doing anything, but having their thumbs up their ass, and maybe utilize those people.
Okay, I'll touch on that. They ignore us most of the time. We've requested Air One, and they've just said no. We've had people break into the prison, and we had a very difficult time trying to locate them. There was 4 individuals. We contacted the police. They didn't offer any help. We asked for Air One, and they said no.
If Air One is not available, then they can't give it to you. And I'm going to tell you that there's only like a few people with Air One certs.
I understand that, but it wasn't a Air One is indisposed. It wasn't we do not have a pilot. It was just a no.
Yeah, listen, at the end of the day, what we want for the DOC is to be self-sufficient, is to not have to rely on the PD. Sure, a lot of these things are things that obviously the PD can assist us with. But I'll be honest, communication with PD is not the greatest. We very often get ignored. In fact, we have had multiple break-ins where we have, incapacitated the suspects. And we've asked for PD to come down and, hey, somebody just broke into our prison. Can you guys come down and charge them? And, they basically tell us to fuck off and just let them go.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Yes, multiple times.
Prison
Jesus.
isn't what the kids call nowadays an S++ boost. We get ignored frequently. With the help of a helicopter, we'd be able to not only access ATC and tell them to get out of our airspace, but we'd also be able to track down inmates who possibly escaped the grounds. We are not at, yeah.
Yeah, no, as you said, obviously we are not the police force, but I have also...
I love these guys. They're getting everything they want. I don't give a fuck. I love these
CPD
guys.
Command. I've talked to Stubble specifically regarding transports, and hopefully we are going to push out some new SOPs regarding transports in general. We've recently started doing a lot more transports, not just for
Yeah, maybe not the ATC guy. I don't know if I can do that.
Just anybody that gets sent up, we try to give them the ability of getting a transport rather than just get sent up with the local DOC. and especially with the more high value units, the more high value suspects that get arrested, where there's a high chance of breaking out. Let's say somebody who has tried to kill a bunch of cops. We want to, hopefully, since PD's Air One is very often, busy with, whatever they got going on. I think it would be very beneficial for us to, have Air One as assistants. I know that we have had talks with, I believe it's Snow, and who has been willing to, work with us and help us get started with air certifications.
You know
Okay,
what would be
so-
really cool? A drone that can track when prisoners get out, and you guys can chase a drone after them.
That would actually be sick.
It would.
would be fucking sick.
The problem is now, once they escape our eye line, if we have no tools to help us track them down, we just have to find them, which proves to be difficult more often than not.
Let me ask you this: how much of a budget do you guys need?
It's more of a we need the resources. Our budget situation, we got it bumped up to 3 mil from I think 1 mil of 2 months ago. What we really need is the resources. Like we need to get in contact with somebody who can get canines for us, somebody who can develop a helipad for us, so we can grab a helicopter from there. Somebody who's able to just give us a Rhino. It's more of a we need somebody to speak for us, somebody who has more influence, because we can just ask all day to PD high command, but
They genuinely just don't care.
need a
most of the
nudge.
It's not going to be PD high command. It's going to be a Senate thing. Senate's going to have to make the decision.
Can PD? How do PD buy their helicopters? Do they buy them
They're
somewhere,
not-
or is it provided
Nope,
by the
they don't
Senate?
buy. It's provided by the Senate, and same with the Rhino.
Interesting. Okay.
Because I had the issue with doctors wanting another coroner's van, and it happened during Andy's term, Denzel's term, my term, and we couldn't even get them a coroner's van because it's something the Senate can give them. And we'll just say they had a weekends at Bernie's, the corpse, so the corpse has to go in the front seat with the doctor.
Wow, interesting.
There's this
Gotta be uncomfortable.
thing that happened in the past I want to bring up as well. So
Okay.
let's talk about the Rhino a little bit more. So if it's this person just jaywalked and we're sending them to jail, no, we're not going to take out a fully armored vehicle such as the Rhino to throw them into a prison transport. The Rhino will be specifically for high-end cases. Now, there was this case a few months ago where we did lose a inmate during a prison transport, a very, very important one, Michael Simone. The entire fleet was shot down. We lost every single officer in that fight, and he escaped. The Rhino will be for very serious situations like that, when we can stand a chance. We're pretty much not just like grabbing an interceptor for a rogue bike or something. No. This is for severe things.
I got you
Yeah,
guys.
exactly.
Listen. Besides the ATC gun, I do agree with a lot of what you guys are saying. I used to spend a lot of time up in jail before I became a mayor, and it's very true that the police force does not give a fuck about what goes on in there. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. One time I got caught smuggling in like 50 guns, and they let me go pretty much. So,
I'm not surprised.
yeah. So I do agree that if you guys kind of want to hold your own, stand your own ground and get more control in the prison, I could see how the class 2's kind of disappearing, making that extremely hard on you guys, especially with all the equipment these fucking criminals have nowadays. I could imagine that there's been a lot more stressful up there.
It is.
I'm gonna speak to Bass. I'll speak to Underwood, and I'll see what we can do for the DLC to help assist you guys with at least having better equipment to better combat the things that you guys got to deal with now. Because I do agree, a pistol ain't gonna do shit against a helicopter. I have heard that some fucking moron was smuggling in a bunch of pistols that I think belonged to Shelly. A bunch of lifers in there, so things like that are still happening. So we got to make sure we have control over that.
Exactly. That's all we're trying to do is just make that a safe place for us to work.
Yeah, and as I said earlier, like we want to be self-sufficient as much as possible. We don't want to have to rely on PD. We want to make sure that, hey, you know, PD, they've got to do the work out on the streets, but when it comes to prison matters, as much as possible, we want to try to keep it in-house. And you know, whatever.
I think it's the smartest thing you've said, or the best point you've made. I do think you guys being more self-sufficient is way better, because I do know firsthand the officers don't give a fuck about what goes on in jail. They treat it like Vegas. You know, whatever happens in jail stays in jail.
Exactly.
So you guys should be able to, you know, do what you guys see fit in there.
We had many situations where we would request officers, and they're like, "Oh hell yeah, time to go to the prison to shoot some inmates."
Yeah, they'll come shoot us up. They'll leave you guys to deal with the mess. You know, I've been a part of that. I've seen that firsthand.
Yep.
Listen, I can't make a promise, but I will let you guys know I will set up a meeting with Bass, with Underwood. I think he might be the guy that handles a lot of vehicle-related things within the police force, and see what I can work out for you guys. All right?
I appreciate that.
Appreciate
Thank you very much.
And if you guys need you know, more funding as well, you know, we're open to that. You know.
Of course, we've used made good use of the budget you've given us this far.
Hell yeah.
I believe how much did we spend on the last budget, Rib?
We spent 2.2 million. We went over budget by 200K.
Yep. So we're spending every penny of the money you give us.
Well, amazing. If you guys need like a higher budget, feel free to ask. You know, we're open to that as well. You know, the state's doing great right now. So.
Yeah. Obviously, if we're able to work out something with the helicopters, then we probably have to ask for a bigger budget as well to, you know, include all the maintenance.
Yeah,
costs,
the state would cover all
purchasing
that
costs
if
and
I can
everything.
get this approved for you guys.
Yeah, exactly. No, that'd be very much appreciated.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll do my best, and I'll keep you guys updated on if I can pull any of these off. All right.
Thank you very much. We
Sounds good.
appreciate your time and everyone's time here today.
You guys as well. Thank you
Of
for actually,
course.
you know, putting a presentation together and letting us know exactly what you needed. It's very rare to see people actually putting in that much effort, so we appreciate it.
Oh, thank
I
you.
want a drug sniffing cat.
Yeah, that would be very nice.
I prefer
Drug
the dog,
sniffing
but like I
cat,
said,
you know,
if,
might
if
be
the cat,
difficult.
you know,
Vehicle-related things, you know, equipment, stuff like that. I could put together, you know, this ATC gun, these dogs. You know, I might not be the best guy for it. I'll see what I can make happen. All right.
we had to try, you know.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Ooh,
Appreciate you
Thank
guys.
you guys.
Take care. Have a great
All right,
day.
good one.
That guy looked like Hardcastle.
Get
And
fired?
Buddy and Bob Smith. I've heard it 1,000 times. Don't worry.
Why does Riv sound like such a familiar name?
Oh, that's not Riv. That's Rip.
Rip?
That's me. That's Riv.
Oh, it's Riv.
Yeah, that's right.
Riv. Why does that sound so familiar? Wasn't he a cop?
He's an
No.
EMS. Well, he's the chief of.
Oh, he was an EMS.
He
No,
was
he is.
chief. He's chief of E EMS.
He's chief of EMS, and I like it. Now he's working on the DLC. Okay, I respect that. Wait, is he working for DLC?
Yeah, no, he's helping them out.
I think he's helping them out. But I'm going to tell you right now, he always usually requests ridiculous things, even for EMS. He was trying to get EMS chargers when I was mayor.
Yeah, I mean, I can never really like listen. You know, you got criminals building castles out of gas stations
Oh.
and you know, fucking.
I flat out said no
apartment
Rhino
buildings.
because you can't break out a fucking Rhino. If somebody's in a Rhino, you can't break them out.
Yeah. I mean, the Rhino thing. I mean, I'm at the very least, I feel like I owe them to at least look into it, see if I can speak to Bass Underwood, see if we can maybe do some for the DLC. If there's people that are committed in there into working in that department, they definitely deserve some love. They are ignored by the entire city.
Talk to Ripley about the dogs, the canines, because you actually might be able to get a canine unit for them if just talking about Ripley.
Yeah, I mean,
And
if the
Ripley
cops can do
actually
that
might
as well, that'd be
train
great.
somebody to it. Yeah, because
it's
I
just-
know they can train people for it, and then we can at least have a canine unit in there if they have to flip bunks, and the dog can sniff the beds. You know.
Yeah, it'll give them a little bit more to do. You know, it's a very depressing job. it's honestly being a lifer with a badge is what they're doing. So, you know, I respect those people a lot that are willing to commit time to that.
Yeah, I think it's okay.
But have a good meeting, everybody. Good shit.
Sorry, I was very abrupt.
Oh, Emma, that's what we need from you. It's,
No,
it's good having somebody who's
we need
straightforward. You know what I mean?
pushback. Yeah, we need
people like
pushback.
that. Very good.
Mhm.
Don't apologize. Good having
I try to
everybody's
think of-
got their own angle. You know, that's what makes good business and good decisions happen.
Yeah, I try to make
we
sure
don't want a
that
bunch of
we're
yes
not
men, you
taking
know what I
away
mean?
jobs from other people, to be honest. And if police have, you know, K9 units and they can have them sniff, or, you know, even like once a week have a K9 unit go down there and just help flip bunks, like a surprise unit, you know, doing that.
Yeah, I think we could definitely work out an angle like that, where maybe even the cops help them. Maybe we dedicate an officer who can help them, you know, even a bit more with things like that.
You can do like
They
a
have to do it
task force for
themselves.
DOC. Basically a task force that's basically set up to help assist DOC with like anything that they need.
Yeah, I think that would be
and,
great, actually.
And then the task force can be like called in if a prisoner escapes, because DOC can't really handle it outside of the prison because that's not their jurisdiction. So you can have that task force set up to try to hunt down those people. Maybe something with the HVTU.
I mean, I think in the
I
interim,
like
I think
that.
the largest systemic problem is just the attitude that DOC was saying police have toward them. They need to be on the same side.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna have a meeting with Bass, see if I can get to the bottom of that. I mean, I've seen that firsthand. I spent a lot of time in jail. I've seen the way they're treated by the officers. They definitely were, you know, being honest. So,
All right, I'm gonna go to my.
all right, Emma, thank you for
Right.
coming in today. All right, I appreciate you, Tim. Appreciate you as well. I gotta go speak to Bucky. Even come along for that if you want.
Sounds good. If you need me for anything else, let me know.
We'll do it, Tim. All right, listen, Eve. Fucking Bucky is about to unload a bunch of crazy shit on me. Now, I had been around for this, but now since he went international with Leslie, get alone.
I already know what he's gonna tell you, so
Spoil it.
I won't. I actually, where is he? Because I'm gonna go and
Hello.
get the second part of what he's gonna tell you real quick.
Bucky, where you at?
Roosters, but I could be somewhere else.
I mean, where do you want to, like, how serious of a conversation is this? You want privacy?
Honestly, up to you.
It's
It
up to
is
you.
a
We
bit
can meet in the
private.
basement if you want.
Sure.
All right, I'll see you there.
See you there.
I need to get something from the